Okay, next we want to talk about this. This is practice. What you should do at the range. Whatever you practice is probably how you're going to go in real life. What it's going to come down to. Whether you practice a good habit or a bad habit, it will stay with you. So try to practice good habits. Next step is the brandishing or presenting of the firearm. There are two ways you can do that. You can either draw it from your holster, or you can have it already in front of you in a low ready, what they call a low ready or SUL position, S-U-L, SUL position. And I'll try to demonstrate both of those. So when you present it from your holster, when you brandish the weapon from the holster, what you want to do is you want to pull your garment up with both hands from the holster, both hands, and bring out the weapon. Now, there are two ways of presenting the weapon. Either you do it from retention or the extended position. We'll demonstrate the retention position first. Typically the retention is used when the assailant is very close to you, within a couple of feet, 3 feet. You don't want to stick out your gun, because then it doesn't become your gun anymore, it becomes our gun, because the assailant can take it away from you. So you want to keep it in retention. Let's try to demonstrate that. I have a little timing device here. I'll use that to trigger the action. When it beeps, it will tell me I need to fire, pull the weapon, and as soon as I fire, it will tell me how fast I've done it. So this is a good, nice little device to have. All right? Let's try that. That was shooting from retention. Double tap. We'll go into that a little bit more. But you bring the arm up, turn it a little bit so it doesn't catch your garment, the slide, and boom, boom. Now let's try shooting from extension. Okay. By the way, those shots were pretty fast. The second shot came off in 1.91 seconds. The first shot came off in 1.68 seconds. That's good speed, under 2 seconds. Now let's shoot from extension. Notice how I was sweeping. We'll get into that a little bit later. The second shot came off in 2.2 seconds. The first shot came off in 1.64 seconds. That's pretty good. I'm happy with that. All right. So next, let me demonstrate what happens if you don't have a holster and you've got the weapon in what's called SUL mode. SUL mode. Low ready. You can move about by putting the one arm here, weak hand, support hand on your chest. The other hand holds the gun, muzzle down. Now you can move about without muzzling or targeting or lasering anyone with the gun. So you can move about, and you can also take this position if you're at an indoor range or someplace like that. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to, from this position, shoot in retention and then an extension. So let me turn my timer back on, and as soon as it beeps, I will shoot from retention. Notice that when I shoot from retention, I bring this arm up and protect my face with my elbow, my throat and my face with my elbow. The assailant may have a knife or some other weapon, and you want to protect your head, your face and your throat. The other thing that is desirable is to take a step back so that, number one, you're a little bit further away from the assailant. Number two, you get a little bit more balance that way. So that's something that I need to practice so it becomes automatic, and it doesn't always happen when I shoot from retention. But let's try it. So I'm in the solid position here, low ready. Turn my beeper on. As soon as it goes, I'll try to do all that. All right. Let's try it again. I'm in the low position. By the way, 1.62 was the second shot. 1.38 was the first shot. So from the low ready, obviously, you're going to be much faster than pulling a garment and so on. So let's try that again. Assess the situation, see if the assailant is moving, if there are any other assailants around. All right. Now let's try to do it from extension. 1.75 was the second shot. 1.31 was the first shot. Typically, the double tap occurs 0.3 of a second apart. So let's try to shoot from extension this time with the solid position. Let me turn my beeper on. Sweep. Make sure you got everything. Let's see what kind of time we have. Second shot, 1.6 seconds. 1.28. That's good. That's fast. So obviously, from the solid position, you can shoot much faster. Get the first round off a little over a second. I should mention that it is very important to sweep. You want to make sure you sweep and you assess the situation. All right. Now, let's talk about shooting. We already did quite a bit of it. By the way, when you present your arm and you shoot, question often comes up, should you open both eyes or just one eye? I tend to close one eye and aim with the other, with my dominant eye. But I suspect that if push come to shove in a real situation, you probably will end up keeping both eyes open. So you might want to practice that a little bit, because fine motor functions, like closing one eye, doesn't happen when the adrenaline is pumping. All right. So let's try to do that again. I'll draw from the holster, do a double tap from retention, and see where we go. I'll probably end up having to reload. So let's see if I can do that at the same time and move and so on. Turn my timer on. I'm going to shoot from retention, and we'll see how it goes. Let's see how long it took me to get the first shot off, and then exchange the magazine, reload the magazine, and get the second shot off. 7.9 seconds for the second shot, 1.86 seconds to get the first shot off. That's not too bad. So took me about six seconds to change the magazine. That's pretty good too. I'm pretty happy with that. That's pretty good. Normally it takes longer, but was able to do that in a fairly short time. Let's notice that I did the sweep again. Very, very important to do the sweep. And when you do the sweep, you move your entire body with your arms. You don't go like this. It would take you way too long to bring the weapon over. The rule of thumb is that if you are confronted with one threat, one person, the odds are pretty high that there are two threats there. So you want to make sure that if you see one, you count on having two people there that are a threat. If there are two, you count on three being there. So you always want to count one up and make sure that you catch all the threats and not be satisfied with the first one. Let's do a shot from extension, and we'll see how that goes. Threads here. I was sweeping, saw somebody else there pointing a gun at me. I shot him. The first guy, he was shot, but he came to, started to pull a weapon again. I shot him in the head this time. Took a little bit more careful aim, shot him in the head. So you need to be aware of what's happening around you. Should you shoot? Try to keep your shots under 2 seconds. First shot under under 2 seconds. Second shot, 0.3 of a second after that. What distance should you practice? Various studies have been conducted. 21 feet seems to be a good distance. An assailant 21 feet away from you, it will take them about 1.5 seconds to charge you. So you need to be aware of that. Somebody with a knife 21 feet away, studies have shown that it takes them about 1.5 to 2 seconds to reach you. You need to be able to come out and shoot very, very quickly. I would also recommend that you practice shooting from 3 feet. Having a target 3 feet away, not a metal target, it will come right back at you. Paper target. 15 feet, 21 feet, and then try to shoot at 75 feet, 25 yards. See what your accuracy is. How accurate should you be? You should be able to get your rounds within about a 4-inch diameter. 4-inch groupings. Double tap and everything. Take it slow at first. Speed comes with time and practice. Alright? It's not uncommon that you take 3 to 5 seconds when you first start shooting to get your first shot out. You know, remembering all the things you need to do. After you shoot a few thousand rounds, things should get a little bit faster. But it takes a lot of practice. I've probably shot maybe 10 or 20,000 rounds, and definitely started much slower, and it developed, and I'm happy about that. I want to practice and get under 2 seconds. Stay within a 4-inch diameter at any distance. 4-inch grouping. The further away you are, the more careful you have to be in aiming and making sure that you're on target. All right, that's about it. I appreciate it. If you have any comments, put them below, and would appreciate hearing back from you. Thank you very much.